Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. They keep it with Henry on first down. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another first and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And he finds Cook. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Brings up 2nd and 4 on the Seahawks 9-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Watch twins. Watch twins. Check. Spine.
Derrick Henry. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's checking.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Ready, Henry. Watch the curve. Check.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They get it to him running left, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Right there. Touchdown, defense.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now left side on the swing pass. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Going for it on fourth down. Allen. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Hey, round 80! Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, what's up? Hey, Scott. Alert! 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. What's up?
So the shotgun snap to Allen. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And it's 3rd down.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Mind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught. Smith. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Give to Cook out of the gun. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson setting up the screen for Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dalvin Cook, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Allen now looks to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Check, 154. All day, dog.
Allen now on first down. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Allen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Mike's by 4. You get one.
Now Allen again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, but it'll be second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Middle. Check. Mike 54. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
And here's Allen throwing again. It's caught. Cooper. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Allen on first and 10. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20.
Watch this. Alert. Go.
Allen going up top. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Cooper was the intended target. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Completes it to Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
And it's 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Play action. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Set, ready. Go to base. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. He's crossing. He's checking credit. Under 10. 10.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And he finds Cook. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, wait. Bang, 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 bang. Short.
Jackson operating from the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 4th and goal.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
23 yards, the final tally.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down.
Half 85.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Allen now from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Switch. Mike 50. Come on. You better bring it.
Now it's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kyle Van Noy. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on fourth down? They'll go for it.
3 down. Hey, Mike's 50. I'm coming after you. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Here we go.
On fourth down, Jackson. And it is incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophy, some...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Allen going to throw. That's going to be caught. A gain of 39 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here.
Watch safety creeping.
A toss running left. It's Grant, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And some room to roam now. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Check 24. Check 24. Control.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
On 52.
A shotgun give to Fournette. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Alert, alert, alert. Go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He finds Coleman. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for New Orleans, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.